Attempt to make a good YouTube video, take one.
It's random snips, vlogging every week for you.
I don't plan these videos before I make them, so I just turn the camera on and I hope for the best. There's someone taking off his pants outside, no joke. I'm not going to show you because that would be really weird. The fact that I'm watching out of a gaping window is really weird. Oh, he's looking. He just took off his pants outside, thinking no one's watching. Guess what, sir? I watched. I shouldn't admit that to the camera, that was dumb. What am I here to talk about today? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go shut the door so that no one can hear our secrets. So, I don't know why, but something that's been on my mind a lot lately has been the topic of teenage identity. I know a lot of teenagers go through this, I went through this, and I know other people that went through this. Whenever people are around 12 or 13 years old, they start to go through the whole identity crisis thing, you know, like who am I, who do people want me to be, you know, what circle of friends should I have, should I change who I am to form myself into this circle of friends. That's something that I know pretty much every single preteen and early teenager goes through. I definitely went through it. I had a big struggle with that. I know whenever I was in middle school, particularly more like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I went through a lot of changing my personality and, you know, who I am to fit this group of people that I thought were good to be friends with. You know, I was in athletics in middle school before I had my brain surgery and I had to quit playing sports. I was the best athlete, of course. But I was also in band too, and so a lot of times I would try and change, you know, who I am around my band friends, which is who, you know, I felt I really was, to try and fit this stereotype of who an athlete should be, and I would act, you know, more tough. I don't know how I ever pulled that off. I probably didn't, because I am one of the least masculine guys I know ever. So I think my biggest message with this would be, if you are, you know, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and you seem to be going through this, you know, like, who should I be? Who should I be friends with? Should I change who I am to, you know, fit this standard of people who want me to be like this? I would just say, don't listen to them, you know, don't. There's a hair on my neck. Ah! I get really irritated by, like, random things, like, whenever I think there's something on my shoulder, I'll, like, scratch the heck out of it forever, and nothing's, anyway. So Easter's on Sunday. My pants are tight today. Probably because they're skinny jeans, Caleb. Oh, there's people holding hands and whoop, they're making out, and I'm looking away. Because Lord knows, I would be the person that would be staring outside my window like this, and they would watch and they would see me staring at them, and the guy would just happen to have a gun and he would shoot me in the face, and I'd be in the hospital, and I wouldn't be able to upload this video on Monday. Don't let someone tell you who they think you're supposed to be. Be who you are. Don't change who you are to fit into a certain group of people, because think about it. I've only been graduated from high school for not even a year yet, and I don't talk to most of the people I went to high school with. Even some of my best friends I only talk to maybe every week or so. I try to keep up with my friends at least, you know, once or twice a month and have a Skype session or something, but I never talk to these people that I went to school with, like, 10-ish months ago, you know? And so I know that whenever you're like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, that-ish grade, you know, it seems like your whole world revolves around these people that you're going to school with right now. And I know that. I know that that's a big deal, because I went through the same thing. I thought that this whole thing, that high school was going to be my world forever, and that everything in high school had to be perfect. I had to fit in with the right group of people, because being friends with the cheerleaders now depends on who I am 5 years from now. I don't know why I used cheerleaders as an example. I should have said, like, football players or something. Because actually, I was friends with cheerleaders and football players, but I didn't fit the standard of what a football player should be. And so that's what I'm saying, you know? Don't change who you are to accommodate someone else's lifestyle, you know? If they want to be your friend for who you are, then that's the right group of friends to have, you know? If they want you to be someone else, don't be friends with them, you know? I would caution you, don't be rude to them either, you know? If they're not like you, you know, set the better example and be like, you know what, if you don't want to be my friend because I'm like this, you know, I'll still treat you nicely anyway. Set the example of kindness for them, and then they'll be like, whoa, this person's really cool because they like to be nice to me, even though I'm kind of a jerk to them sometimes, all the time. I wish that's how it happened to me in high school, but it didn't. Whatever. This is a topic that I am really passionate about. So whenever I went to Playlist Live last weekend, which you guys already got to see about, I got a chance to talk to Joey, Graceffa, and Jenna Marbles for just a few seconds and ask them, you know, what they thought about this topic. So a lot of what I do on my channel is I make inspirational videos to help with people, like, you know, help people feel good about themselves. I'm doing a YouTube video next about self-esteem. What would be your #1 advice for teenagers who might be dealing with some sort of, like, lack of self-worth?
Well,
I think, like, you have to embrace the fact that you are you and no one else is you.
always stay positive and just look at the positives in your life.
It's like the most empowering thing to think about, that you have something unique and special to offer the world that no one else has. And someday, it's gonna pay off for you if you just be exactly who you are.
Find friends who are kind of like you, and then don't feel like the pressure to be someone else, because once you find that group of people who accept you for who you are, like, there's no reason why you need to like try to impress people. So I agree.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I can't believe you waited that whole time.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you.
Whenever I got to talk to them, I was completely fangirling and like my voice was trembling and I couldn't make actual words come out of my mouth. So they both probably think that I am the weirdest person in the world, but you know what? Whatever. That was so cool of them to do that for me, because you know they had crazy schedules to attend to. Joey was outside in like the whatever Florida weather, like it had just finished raining, so it was really humid, and Jenna was 2 hours late for her plane ride, and they both were willing to film this for me. You know, that's why YouTube is so cool, because of the interaction and the community that goes with it. That is why I do this, and that is why I love it. Okay, getting off my soapbox now. But yeah, I just wanted to make this message for you. If you're going through some sort of, you know, identity crisis or whatever, you know, be yourself. Be who you are and cherish that. If you're a football player, be a football player. If you're a nerd, be a nerd. If you're both, do both, you know? In high school, I was in band and theater and yearbook and tennis and robotics and beta club, and like I was in all these things. And so I had a lot of different groups of people that at first I thought that I had to change who I was around them. You know, whenever I was around band kids, I thought I had to be a band geek. And whenever I was around theater kids, I thought I had to be like big and dramatic. And then whenever I was around like robotics kids, I thought I had to be kind of, you know, like nerdy and whatever. Eventually I realized, you know, like I can just be me. Like I can be the me that I am. I can be friendly and nice to everyone and just be, you know, like outgoing like I am. And whenever I started doing that, you know, all these different groups that I was in all started to mold together in my lifestyle, and I was able to attend to all of them without having to change who I am. So that's my main point of this, is be who you are, love yourself. I will see you guys next Monday with another video. Stay awesome, guys. Bye.
You are special and awesome. And you need to know that.
Internet hug them. Let them know.
I'm internet hugging you forever. Mwah.